Hello, my Cancer friends. I hope you are all well. Welcome to Magic and Musings if you are new to this space, and if you have been hanging around with me for a little bit, then welcome back. Today is going to be a general energetic check-in for the solar eclipse in Libra, just to see what's coming up for you, what might need to be reflected on or worked through. Make sure that you watch the video beginning to end. Sometimes things are said at the start or midway through and they're not clarified till later, or they might not make sense. Or check the description as well a few days after, because sometimes things will come through after the fact and then I'm like scrambling to put it into the description. So do make sure that you check those two things. And yeah, this is a somatic space. This is a space where we tend to slow down and acknowledge and honor presence. So there will be moments where nothing is said. And yeah, if that triggers you somehow, then there's an invitation for you to really sit with why that is, question why. The idea or the activation of slowness is creating some sort of charge within you. So yeah, other than that, if this resonates with you for whatever reason, you don't have to be a Cancer sign or have it in your natal chart in your big three. If the title resonates with you somehow, the message is for you. This is just a like narrowing down of the collective. This is why we use the zodiacs, but it's also, I like astrology and it's just a good way to bring that forth. Anyway, long story short there, but yeah, let's get straight into it. So just taking a moment's pause to collect ourselves, to just honor presence, honor ourselves. And if you want to keep your eyes open or if you want to shut them, that is completely up to you, whatever you feel comfortable with. And just finding spaciousness within the body, within your space, within yourself. Just taking a couple of deep breaths. And when you're ready, just coming back to present moment, or bringing your focus and awareness to the screen, I should say, especially if your eyes are closed, if you've been with me during this journey. Yeah. I'm going to say straight off the bat, it's a very calm energy and it's very chill. It's very calm. So we'll see what wants to be said about the energies at play, how it may be affecting you, what might need to be reflected on. I have already shuffled, but sometimes I like to give it some more. All right, so what do we need to know? What needs to be reflected on or seen for the Cancerian collective, or anyone who resonates with the title of this video, or just this video? You know, if you're just drawn to it for whatever reason, because that can happen too. Okay, let's get one more. Getting the same type of thing. Was it Gemini or Taurus? Might have been either Aries, Gemini, Taurus. There's something. Interesting. Bottom of the deck, we've got climates or transits, climates, and we've also got Scorpio. So whenever I think of the Scorpio card or what Scorpio represents, it speaks to this energy of mystery, but also death and rebirth. Pluto is significant, and there's some shifts happening with Pluto at the moment, or I think it's heading into Capricorn. Anyway, Pluto's in the mix. I feel that's all you need to know, especially if you're not if you don't know too much about astrology. And that is it's an indicator that things are shifting, things are being pulled apart. And with the solar eclipse in Libra, because this read is about the general energy around this for your sign, this is about connections, relationships, how you relate, how people relate to you, perhaps how people see you or you see them. And there's just this need to, at this time anyway, this need to investigate and reflect on those connections and how you relate to other people, community, and yourself. And, you know, with the Scorpio, it's about going deep. Like, there's something about it, there's like deep mysteries around this. So there might be something that gets shown or comes up that might be hidden from you, might be like occurring on a subconscious or unconscious level. Solar eclipses and eclipses in general do bring things up to the surface. So this is, yeah, no surprise that it's come up, but it's interesting that it's come up in Cancer, in your read, because Scorpio is also a water sign, so is Cancer. So there might be something to do with, yeah, the subconscious, something that's not necessarily has not been necessarily brought to the surface, or there's something about how you relate, or even wanting to relate to people on a very deep level. We've also got the Taurus card here, and that says cultivate. And Taurus is an earth sign. So yeah, there's this sense of really questioning your connections, and however that plays out for you, right? This is general, so however that, I'm using the connections as a very generalized term. So whether this is to do with relationships, friendships, family, Taurus can speak of like home stability, so things that are connections that are somewhat, there's an aspect of stability there, or home and foundation. So these might be close bonds that you're in a space of really analyzing and questioning and wanting more from it, like in a sense where you might need more. There's a feeling of vulnerability as well. So, you know, questioning and analyzing and reflecting on, can you be vulnerable with people? Can you go into that and be with can you be with certain connections and with certain people on a very vulnerable, deep level that perhaps was not experienced before? And so I feel like that's kind of what's going on here. With the transits at the bottom, and I'm just number 5 is significant. I shuffled these properly. Why are these coming out like this? Very, very interesting. Anyway, let's stay on track. If that comes out again, it comes out. So yeah, with the transits, it's there might be a lot of things happening around you that is causing you to either, well, not causing you to, but that might be influencing what is currently going on for you. So there's some sort of external factors that might not necessarily be balanced, or there might be some friction, there might be some tension happening around you. So either this is around you, or it's in like the external environment, and it's creating some sort of inner contemplations. I do want to have a look at the book. I haven't done this for the other signs, but I do want to, there's something significant here. Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, as I said, number 5 is significant. So curiously enough, 8 and 2, so the cards 8 and 2 reduced makes 10, or added together makes 10, and the 5 and 5 is 10, and 10 can speak of completions within the tarot, but when it's reduced even further, it can speak, it's number 1, which can speak of new beginnings. So with this type of energy happening around you right now, things are shifting. As I said, with the Scorpio, there are things with Pluto energy, there are things that will be I'm just going to speak to this as it's coming out, even though it's not quite, it's a bit messy, but the energy is like very, as energy is, right? Energy is always in flux. So with these cards here, there might be a lot of changes happening in your life. People coming, people going, like things are very much in flux. And, you know, you might literally either be curling up into a ball at times, or just going within, like feeling into solitude for some, or that might be a need. So yeah, there might be a lot of changes happening around you right now, within your external environment, or just, you know, on the global scale. And this is somehow bringing in some type of reflection and contemplation about your connections, whether it's your connection to community, whether it's connection to your external environment, with your people that you have a strong sense of safety with, or that's within yourself, like really questioning whether that is current. Like, do you feel safe within your connections? Do you feel safe within your environments? Yeah, that type of energy. But yeah, 5s are significant, so, you know, could be 5th of October, 5/10, May. I'm also getting 2025 for some. Not sure what that's about. So let's just go ahead and grab the tarot. As I said, I have already shuffled. Let's just shuffle once more. See if we can get anything else on this. Okay, what do the Cancerian collective or non-Cancerian collective, whoever's watching this anyway, what's the current energy? What needs to be seen that's perhaps not seen? What's the advice? What's going on? 4 cards. Get down. 2, 3, 4, 6. So there's an energy of currently not being quite satisfied with the way perhaps your connections are going, whatever that looks like. As I said, whether it is to do with there's this energy of perfectionism as well. I'm just going to say it. Hearing lining your ducks in a row. So there's something that you're not feeling quite fulfilled by with the 9 of Cups in the shadow. There's some sort of dissatisfaction with something of an emotional or yeah, I'm feeling this is to do with what you're reflecting on right now. There might be some things that you're really asking yourself, some questions you may be, whether that's, you know, in your awareness, or this is something that might come up during this time. Like, are these connections bringing me fulfillment? Are they, am I content? Am I content with the current connections? Are they deep enough? Are they vulnerable? Do I feel safe to express myself? We've also got Temperance here. So yeah, just finding connection. And if this is not with your, you know, people in your environment, this is with, you know, something of a higher nature. So whether that's your faith, your beliefs, your higher self even. I feel there's an aspect here also where you're questioning the connections, where there might be some sort of conflict, but not, I don't feel like it's, although we do have the 3 of Swords here in the shadow, but there's something about people being different, having different perspectives to you, and being in a space of questioning whether those differences are like make or break, whether they are, you know, how conflict can be really good, and you know, you can have that little bit of competitiveness, or you have those differences in opinions, but it actually teaches you about people and yourself. There's this middle ground where it's like, are these people adding to value in a way? Is this conflict adding value, or is it exhausting you? Is it just creating too much hearing the word dissatisfaction, but I feel like it's going, I feel like it's deeper than that. Like, is it enough? There's also a need for, yeah, just balancing, like weighing up your options. Not seeing the justice card here, but there's an aspect of like I'm getting pros and cons, like you're weighing up the pros and cons. And I don't know, there's an energy of, how does this one be expressed? Like not seeing things from that perspective, seeing things for what they are, and an aspect of accepting that, you know, people are different. We all have our, I mean, if we were all the same, life would be quite boring, right? So it's like questioning whether these are, if it's really dragging you down, if it's bringing you into the space where you can't really reconcile the conflict, there's no resolution, there's no harmony, it's just continuous. And there are some of you who are looking for connections or feeling into connections that really do fill up your cup. So with the Three of Swords here in the shadow, there's a bit about, you know, moving on from a loss, whether this was within a connection or something else, or perhaps with the Three of Swords, sometimes I can speak of third-party situations. So there's some sort of healing occurring, like you're moving, because it's in the reverse, you're moving away or reconciling any, maybe this is to do with the conflict, like you're moving on from this in some sort of way, or in the space of healing. There is, yeah, there is also, yeah, a need or something here about really aligning with your, I don't want to say purpose, but being in a space of learning more about yourself, connecting more to just trying to find the words to express this that that don't take away from the deeper meaning of it. There may be a need to connect to higher self. However that, I'm just going to say it, however that looks for you, however that feels, whether that is about meeting people that, or aligning with friends or people or connections that feel of a, as I said, it's on a deeper or higher or more conscious level. So you're stepping away from like surface type connections that are for some like a little bit materialistic or very surface in nature. They're not, I don't know why I'm getting that Janet Jackson song, we go deep and we don't get no sleep. So it's like an, I mean, from memory of the song, from what I'm feeling, it's like that party vibe. You're wanting to step, for some, this wanting to step away from, you know, the party vibe, and you're just wanting to connect with people on a not on a superficial level, on a level where you can talk about things that mean something, or talk about things that are quite vulnerable, quite sensitive in nature with Neptune here as well. There's a deep aspect here about tuning into sensitivities, or for some spirituality or faith or religion, whatever that looks like. Just finding connections that, or I keep saying finding connections, but that's not what is trying to be said here. It's more about going within and finding those spaces within yourself and self-reflecting, because the only quote-unquote control we do have is to go within and to evaluate what is showing up for us at any given time. So for this period now, the solar eclipses, this might definitely come up to surface, where it's like really questioning even your values, like what you stand for, and moving into just wanting more. Like not wanting to participate in the same old shit, the same old conversations, you know, whatever that looks like, the same old patterns. Yeah, Neptune is standing out for me. So that's Pisces energy as well. So you could have Pisces in your chart or dealing with a Pisces, but which is also a water sign. So it's interesting that water is coming up quite strongly here. Like for some, you might need to spend some time around water or drink a lot of water, with Temperance card here, like taking care of yourself, nurturing yourself. Cancerian signs are nurturing signs. So there's something here that needs to be said about focusing on your self-nurturing, like nurturing yourself first, nurturing the relationship with yourself, with self, I should say, with higher self. And then from that, things will just unfold. Like there'll be some sort of clarity around these connections. So it's like you take the thinking out of it, you take the doing out of it, you're just present with what is, you're going within, you're in a space of introspection and nurturing yourself. So whether that's with self-care, or whether that's, you know, with modalities that allow you to give yourself certain like space, like let's just say breathwork, somatics, meditation, you know, so many things that you can explore. Let's get some, which ones we want? Moonology cards and see. So yeah, this is a time to really just take care of yourself and cultivate that relationship with yourself. First of all, first and foremost. Okay, that's a bit much. So work through your fears. New moon in Scorpio. So Scorpio is coming through strong. So anyway, I'll show you all the cards. Step out of your comfort zone, North Node. Oh, heaps came out. Okay, fiery climax approaches, new moon in Aries. Sorry, full moon in Aries. So as with the transits card as well, some of these changes might, let me show you these properly. Some of these changes might not be ideal. They might be quite fiery. They might be quite, what's the word, like, I don't know why abrasive wants to be said, but it might be quite testy. And so to move through that space is to go within, is to nurture yourself. And, you know, for some, I'm hearing the word boundaries. Then you've got a new start is coming, new moon. And you're very close to achieving your goal. So there's a lot of, I feel like this is going to be quite a significant period of time for you. There's a lot of either full moon and new moon energy. So that's, I get from that, I get birth, rebirth, Scorpio energy, birth, rebirth. There might be a lot of things that are, as I said, leaving your life, but it's not, it's not always a bad thing. Some things need to leave so that new things can flourish. Some things need to be burned to the ground so that new seeds can sprout. Okay, let's do... Again, I have already shuffled, so... Any other messages for our Cancer friends? Okay, I'm seeing financial discipline. So perhaps, you know, for some there was a bit of parting happening and now it's, you know, really going, okay, now it's time to budget. We've got teaching and learning. I'll show you the financial discipline and communication. So this could be to communicating, you know, communicating your needs. Because it's solar eclipse in Libra. Libra is a sign of, well, the scales, right? So for some, you might need to communicate with people or bring in clear communication as to work out a resolution with some things. And you are going through a period of learning and teaching, or for some, actually stepping into that space. Let's get one more. Healing. Yeah. So going within, healing yourself, healing, and I'm hearing like not just communicating with others, but the communication with yourself, as in, yeah, that deep connection to self. All right, my beautiful Cancer friends, that is what I have for you. Thank you so much for being here. And as always, like, share, subscribe to all the things. If you feel that this resonated with you, let me know in the comments if it did, because I'm so curious. Other than that, I'll catch you in the next video. Take care of yourselves and make sure to drink lots of water or spend some time around water. Okay, bye for now. Mwah.